cure. I don't know. Vision of your body. You want me part of the woman you cure. I don't know. Vision of your body. You want me part of the woman. Physically fit. Physically fit. Physically. Woman. Physically fit. Physically fit. Physically. Woman, you're nice, sweet, fantastic. Bitch up on the ocean as a big Titanic. Woman, you're nice, sweet, energetic. Bitch up on the ocean as a big Titanic. Woman, you're nice, sweet, fantastic. Bitch up on the ocean as a big Titanic. Woman, you're nice, sweet, energetic. Bitch up on the ocean as a big Titanic. Woman, I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. Oh man, you cute. I don't need no makeup. Vision of cute body. You want me fat man up. Oh man, you cute. I don't need no makeup. Vision of cute body. You want me fat man up. I like that. When you kiss a big man up, those powder. When you kiss a big man up, lucky guy go. When you kiss a big man up, get a lipstick. When you kiss a big man up, oh man, you nice broad face and you nice hip. Big man, flip man, bust up them lip. Oh man, you nice and energetic. Bitch up on the ocean, that's a big titan. Oh man, you nice broad face and you nice hip. Big man, flip man, bust up them lip. Oh man, you nice and energetic. Bitch up on the ocean, that's a big titan. Woman, I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it.
Good morning, fourth graders. To start out today, we need to work on our goal. Remember yesterday? You each set a goal that you want to work on for the entire unit. Think about how you're going to work on that goal today. What step will you take to help you live out that goal? You're going to then write what you will do today to work towards your goal. That will go right in lesson 1. Do that now. In today's lesson, we're going to be taking a look at many names for numbers. This down here is called a name collection box. You saw a name collection box on the pretest. There's lots of different ways to name numbers. Remember, you can use whole numbers. You can use fractions, you can use decimals, and you can even use negative numbers. When you're using the name collection boxes, you can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or a combination of any of those. We're going to make the number 10. If I'm trying to think of new and different ways to make the number 10, I'm going to think of an addition sentence first that use whole numbers. Well, I know in a snap that 6 plus 4 equals 10. A subtraction sentence could be 14 minus 4 equals 10. Multiplication could be 5 times 2 equals 10. Division could be 20 divided by 2 equals 10. Notice you do not have to put the equal sign because the name of the number is already in the top of the box. Well, now I have one more. I want to try something different. I'm going to do something with fractions. I know that 9 plus 1 would equal 10, and I know that it takes a half and a half to make one whole. So I'm going to do 9 plus a half plus a half. Another way to write a half is 0.5. Now you're going to give this a try. And let's have you come up with new names for the number 12. Remember, you can use whole numbers, fractions, decimals, negative numbers, and addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. We're going to pause here and do our 7 song. The 7 song goes to the tune of Happy Birthday. We use the numbers that are the products from 7 all the way through 70. You'll hear an example first, and then go ahead and sing along, and we'll try this together. We're going to be practicing coming up with new ways to say numbers today during class. One way you're going to be doing that is by playing the game Name That Number. For this game, you're going to need 1 complete deck of cards. You don't need to sort any out. The goal of the game is to collect the most cards. First, you'll shuffle the card, and you're going to deal 5 cards to each player. Place the remaining cards number side down on the table between the players. Turn over the top card and place it beside the deck. This is the target number for the round. Players try to match the target number by adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing the numbers on as many of their cards as possible. A card may only be used once. Players write their solution on a sheet of paper. When players have written their best solution, each player sets aside the cards they used to match the target number. Each player replaces the top card they set aside by drawing new cards from the top of the deck. The old target number is placed on the bottom of the deck. A new target number is turned over and another round is played. Play continues until there are not enough cards left to replace all of the players' cards. The player who has set aside the most cards wins the game. Here's the score sheet that you'll be using. So we're going to use this and take a look at the sample round that's listed right below. Okay, so it says that player 1 has the target number 16. So we had both write in 16. Remember, the target numbers for player 1 and 2. I'm just showing the work for player 1. This player has cards 7, 5, let's see what else, 7, 5, 10, 8, and 2. And we want to use as many cards as possible to make 16. Notice the player could use 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards, and they show the different ways here. Well, we want to use as many as possible, so I'm going to do the 5. So again, my cards, I would list 7, 5, 10, 8, 2, and then the best solution is going to be my number sentence. So I know the best solution is to take 8 divided by 2 and then add 10 to it. So now I'm at 4 plus 10 plus 7 minus 5, and that equals the target number of 16. Number of cards used was 5. My partner would do the same thing, but they come up with their own number sentence. This is mine. I'm not going to show it to my partner until my partner's done. And we see who uses more cards. Then we're going to do that again. Now, there's only spots on this record sheet to do 2 rounds. We don't just do 2 rounds in a game. Remember, you only need to record 2 rounds, but you'll continue on the back of the paper or on a whiteboard until you've gone through all the cards. Here are the math boxes that you had. Many of you worked on them yesterday and are almost done. If you are not done, you should be doing those today. And finally, here's a reminder of what you're working on today. Remember, you need to put the date right here. So right now, open up your math packet, your learning journey sheet, and write 10-3 up on the top so we know the date. Then here are the activities you're working on. When you finish Math Journal page 30, that's name collection boxes, make sure your teacher has seen it. We are checking problem 6 today. You fill in the bubble when you're done. Then you're playing Name That Number. Here's the page that it's on in your reference book in case you need to work on that. Math Masters page 489, that's found in Mrs. Eichsted's room. When you're done playing the game, cross it off, make sure everything gets back to its place. And finally, your math boxes must be completed. When you're done, you either go to Activity B or Activity C. Activity B is in Mrs. Ware's classroom. Activity C is in Mrs. Paczynski's. When you're done with the activities, you put it in your folder, and then we have blend space activities available. You will be able to find the blend space by going to your Google Classroom account and clicking on the link.